In the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate. So I welcome you all guys again. So in this particular tutorial we talk about QuickBooks, but we focus upon what we can say the practical more. And only we study some parts, some theory, then after that we have to shift and make an accounting system and in the QuickBook. Okay, so for this reason, so the recording is in progress. So for this reason, so it is the agenda of today's lecture. So we basically talk about the QuickBook definition, the different versions of the QuickBook, the features of those versions. Then we talk about the accounting system. Basically you have to study the accounting system by yourself, the transactions, what is a transaction, what is a double entry system. Okay, so these sort of things. So for this reason we get to the business. So first of all, what is QuickBook? So when we say the QuickBook basically is an accounting software which we use it to perform all the accounting operations within your company. For instance, what is those accounting operations? For instance, you pay your account payables, for instance. So it is a sort of accounting operation, so you can do it through this QuickBook. For instance, the account receivables, for instance. So a wide variety of reports which are available, you can generate it with the help of this software, which is known as the QuickBook. As you know that we say that accounting is the language of the business. So it means if you know the accounting, then you can speak with your business. Okay, so for this reason we say accounting is the language of the business. So for this reason, to speak with your business, you have to first of all set up an accounting system. So for this reason, okay, so we will talk more about the setting up of an accounting system, which is one of the crucial parts of this course. Okay, so for this reason there are some extra information. Please go through these. So it was a very quick definition of the QuickBook. It is an accounting software which is used to perform accounting operations like account receivables, account payables, setting up some marketing budgets. Okay, all those financial transactions which are available. So what are those financial transactions? When we say the financial transactions, it means all those transactions which they have monetary value. They impact the financial position of your company. So you have to record it in the accounting system of your company. So basically we have some business processes. So business process is something else. They don't have monetary value and we do not record it in the accounting system of our company. For instance, the shipment is a business process. Updating employees' information in a database, so it is a sort of business process. But when you pay the wages of the employees, so it is a sort of financial transaction. When you pay the account payables, so it is a sort of financial transaction that you have to record it in your accounting system. We talk about all the accounting system, how to set up it. Okay, so we have different versions of the QuickBook. We have US version, Canadian version, and also an online version of the QuickBook. In desktop, in US version, we have QuickBook Pro, we have Premier, we have the Enterprise. So these are the three versions which you can use for you. We are not talking about this Canadian version. Okay, so it is the US version. In the US version, we have three types basically: Pro, Premier, and Enterprise. So please go through these. I'm going to just point a few. It is the QuickBook Pro, it is the Premier, it is the Enterprise version. Okay, so the QuickBook Pro is cheap, Premier is more expensive, and Enterprise is the most expensive version of the QuickBook. So list limit, it means when you are adding the customers, when you are adding the vendors, when you are adding the products or services, so it will allow you to enter this amount of list. It is 14,500 in the case of the Pro. In the case of the Premier, millions. In the case of the Enterprise, is also million. Users, it supports 3 users, 5 users, and 30 users in the case of the Enterprise version. Okay, it means 30 users can work simultaneously on a company file. It means if you have 30 employees, the accounting, for instance, the customer relationship management officer, and some other officers which are working, so up to 30 users, they can work simultaneously on a single company file. So it is Pro is for a small business, Premier is for mid-range businesses, and the Enterprise is for relatively large businesses. So please go through all these. Okay, then we have this barcode scanning, for instance. This Pro doesn't have it. This Premier also doesn't have the barcode reader. How about the Enterprise? In the case of the Enterprise, we do have this barcode scanning. So these are the features. Please go through all of them. Okay, then we have the online version. So what is the online version? The online version is accessed with the help of the web applications. It means you have to go to a website, then you have to access your company file from the browser, basically. So for this reason, you have to pay a monthly fee. So the monthly fee is referred to as the subscription fee. You have to pay an amount of money on monthly basis or yearly basis, basically. So that amount of money is referred to as the subscription fee. Okay. Please go through all of them. What is the accounting system? Please study it. It is some extra information. Okay. What is transaction? So basically is for you double entry accounting system. So please go, it is some extra information for you guys, but we focus upon some practical. Okay, so for this reason I'm going to close this one. So here we have the IT. It is the second part. So let me presentations. So the second part, you have to study what is the accounting system. Okay, what is the transaction, these things. Okay, so it is the second part. In second part, we create an accounting system. So that's what we do practically here in QuickBooks. Okay, so to set up an accounting system, so what is the first step? Set up a new company file. So we'll start from here. Okay, so first of all, for setting up a company file, we have to for setting up an accounting system, we have to set up a company data file first of all. So let's do this one. So we have the QuickBook. Open the QuickBook. So here is the QuickBook. I'm going to close this company data file, and I'm going to create it from the scratch. Okay, so close. It is not zooming. Okay, should I use the magnifier? That will create some problems during the recording then. Okay, if I use this one for instance, that will create a problem for you then in the record. Okay, so to make a company file, so we have here, we have three options. So this option is used to create a new company file. If you have an existing one, or if you want to store a company file, you choose this one. So there are some sample files. If you want to do some practice, so you can do upon them. Okay, so it is the list of the companies that you have. So you can basically, for instance, I want to open this one, so you select it and open this company file. If you want to edit the list, basically I don't want, for instance, this one in the optical prime, ABC, and this one also. I don't want them to show on the list. So for this reason, I'm going to remove them from the list. So we have, so again to the list, we have this one. I'm going to remove these from the list. So simply I have for the evening class, I have for the afternoon class. Now I'm going to make a new one for you guys. So click upon this button, create a new company file. So it is the first step for creating an accounting system. If you want to set up an accounting system within your company, so it is the first step. So here, We have two types of start. Basically, one is the express, one is the detail start. So the express start is basically, it will take just 1 minute of your time. So it will quickly set up the QuickBooks for you. But I prefer this start, which is the detailed start. Okay. If you want to create a new company file based on the existing one, so you choose this option. If you have the data in some sort of other software like the Quicken is another accounting software. So you want to basically migrate from the Quicken into QuickBooks, so you have to choose this option. But I'm going to choose this one, detailed start. I'm not click upon the express, so it is the detailed start, so I'm going to click upon this one. So it is referred to as the easy step interview. Okay, so these, it will you have to take an interview basically. Okay, based upon your interview, it will make that company for you, that company data file for you. Then we will talk about some customization also. So what is the company? So I say IT V5 early morning. Early morning. So it is the company file. The legal name, so it is a sort of optional. اگر دمو اسناد شما کدام جوازی که داشته می باشید name باید شما حذف بگیرید. So it is the legal name basically. Okay, so you can have another name or you can have the same name basically. So the tax ID, it is like employer identification number. وقتی که شما یک کمپانی را ست اپ میکنید باید چی داشته باشید؟ یک very good. So this is this one. Okay, it is approximately 9 digits, for instance, 4545454 for instance. Okay, so what is the address? The street address will be Charai Baraki Fort, for instance. Okay, the city will be Kabul. We don't have the state. What is the zip code for Kabul? So I consider it 27,000, but I don't know about the exact zip code for the Kabul, so you can put it here. Okay, so Afghanistan is not mentioned here, so for this reason I choose others. Okay, Afghanistan is not part of these countries. Okay, it is not mentioned here, so for this reason I am going to choose the others. So what is the phone number? So we have the phone number, for instance. So here the fax ID will be, you put some just some random numbers, because we are making an imaginary company here. Okay, so the email address, I say itv5 early morning @gmail.com. So what is the website? So it is also the website. I'm going to copy this one. Okay, so .com. So it is some basic information about your company data file. Okay, the location of your company, and also the name of, and also the legal name. So I'm going to go ahead next. So here you try to choose your industry. So what is your industry? Because they are going to make a chart of account for you, some predefined accounts for the use of your company. So I'm going to choose, for instance, I say it is an information, it is information technology, because I'm going to sell some computer hardware and also computer software. So I choose the information technology from here. So I click upon the next. So it is basically the industry that you select. Okay, so click upon the next. So how your company is organized, basically what type of company you are running. Either it is a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation, a non-profit organization. So what? So you have to choose this one. I say I have only a single owner, so for this reason I choose the sole proprietorship. If you have some partners, then you have to choose the partnership. If you have some shareholders, then you have to select this one, which is the corporation. If you are not paying any tax, so you have to choose the others. If you are not paying any taxes, so So you have to basically choose the others or non-profit organization from here. Okay. So for this reason, I'm going to select the sole proprietorship. Click next. What is the start of your fiscal year? سال مالی شما. So in Afghanistan, we have different date for the fiscal year. So you can convert that date into the از جدی باز شما convert میکنید. درست است؟ So I prefer the January for this one. So click upon the next. Username and password is totally optional. So you can put it. So it is my advice to put it, but I'm not going to put it because I forget these passwords and usernames. It is for the tutorial, so I'm not going to put any password in the username, the passwords here. Okay. So for this reason, I click upon the next. So you have to save your company. Okay. So here you choose the location. Okay, whatever you want to save it, so you can do it. So you can change the name also and click upon the save button. Okay. So now your company is being created. Okay. So give it a time. No, it is the desktop version of the QuickBooks. It is the enterprise version that I'm using. Okay, the QuickBooks Enterprise Solutions. So you can check it from the title one. Okay. So now let's customize your business. So here you basically can customize your business. For instance, you can set up your chart of accounts. Either you apply some taxes or not. So we do some sort of customization here. So for this reason, I click upon the next for the customization. So what do you sell basically? We have two types of business. Either you sell services or the products. Okay, but I prefer both. Okay, the services and also the products. So click upon the next. Do you charge sales tax? So it is recommended for your business because we apply some taxes. So for this reason, I choose this one. Yes. Then we have do you want to create estimates? We will be talking about the estimates later. Okay. These are a sort of مثلا با شما میگم کوتیشن تخمین است. یک کسی میاد به شما میگه مثلا یک لپتاپ ضرورت داریم، یک مایکروسافت ویندوز ضرورت داریم اوریجینال. اوکی، one LCD for instance. چقدر مصارف بالایی میاد؟ شما باید برش چی میکنید؟ یک estimation بکنید. So it is a sort of the estimates. Yes, we need these estimates, these quotations within our company. So it is recommended for us. Tracking the customer's order. When we type those sales order, do you want to track them? Yes, I say I want to track those sales order that I'm getting from the customers. We will be talking about those sales order later. Okay. Progress invoicing is all about those invoicing. Yes, it is recommended for my business. I use this progress on invoicing. Managing the bills. Do you want to keep track of the bills you owe? Yes, I want to track them. Okay. So we do some customization. Do you want to track inventory? Do you want to set up inventory management system within the QuickBook? If you remember from the definition, the advantages of the IT, one of the advantages was to set up the inventory management system. So it is this part. So I prefer this one on. Okay. So tracking the time. So it is also very important because some employees are working with you on hourly basis. So for this reason, I'm going to turn this one on also. Click upon the next. So do you have employees? I say yes, I have employees. Okay. If you don't have any employees, so you say no. Simply. So using the accounts in the QuickBooks. So basically beginning of the fiscal year, I choose this one, but you can change it anyway from here. But I say it is the beginning 1st January of 2020. Sorry, so I click upon the next. So here is the chart of account. Some predefined accounts for you. If you don't need any of these accounts, so you uncheck it like this. If you need, for instance, this one, so you simply check it. Okay. So these are some accounts for you guys. consulting income, for instance, the sales hardware, the sales software, for instance, sales support and maintenance. So these are some good accounts, some income accounts, some expense accounts. So they are making it automatically for us based upon the industry that we selected before. شما ببینید industry ما شما انتخاب کردیم بر اساس industry برای شما چی میده؟ بعضی از account ها رو میده. Is it okay? So I'm going to click upon the next. مثلا اگر insurance expense شما نداشته باشید دیگه off میکنید، اگر داشته باشید دیگه on میکنید. So you want to track the insurance expenses, you have to have this account. So for this reason I am going to click upon the next. So why do we use accounts, guys? Any clue? account به خاطر چی استفاده میکنیم؟ For recording purposes, okay? To track those, for instance اگر به خاطر tracking استفاده میشه چقدر شما مثلا چیزا را به فروش رسانیدید، چقدر expenses کردید. So for these reasons we have to have these accounts. So click, so congratulations, the company file is created successfully. I say go to setup. So easy step interview is finished basically. We created the company data file and we did some customization. We did also some customization. I'm not going to add any people or add any product or add some bank accounts from here, but you can do it also from here, but I prefer do it from the QuickBooks inside. Okay, so for this reason I say. So now let's talk about this environment of the QuickBook. Okay, so this part is referred to as the title bar. So here we have the title bar, so it is referred to as the title bar. Your company name, the name of the software, Intuit QuickBooks Enterprise Solution Accountant 2016 version, and currently we are in Home tab. Okay, so it is the title bar, so it is the caption buttons, the minimize, maximize, and the close button. So it is referred to as the title bar. We have the menu bar, so it is referred to as the menu bar. We have some for instance a menu for company, a menu for customer, a menu for vendor. When you open a menu you have menu items, so these are referred to as the menu items. So we have two tabs basically, one is the home tab, one is the inside tab. So the home tab is basically the home tab. Okay, it is the beginning page of the QuickBooks. So we have the inside tab, it is like the profit and loss of your company. So you enter the data, so that profit and loss will be generated automatically for you. If you remember from the first lecture, automated process. So here we talk about the automated process. You can put up a logo here, set up a logo for instance. So it is the logo. I'm going to choose this one for instance. Here the logo will be uploaded, okay, from your computer. So give it a time. So here, okay, it is totally, you can save it also in the form of the PDF also. So once we enter the data, so this will be generated automatically based upon the data. Here we don't have the data. Okay, so I'm going to home tab. So it is referred to as the icon bar. We call it the icon bar. We use it for the purpose of navigation. So شما میخواهید از یک جای به جای دیگه برید. For instance, I want to go to my company. So here you do some navigation. So if you want to bring some changes, so here you can also bring some changes to your company from here also. Okay, I am not going to bring some changes. I'm going to click upon the cancel button. Go to home again. So here we have, it is referred to as the icon bar. We use it for the purpose of navigation. Okay, so you can change the position of this one. I say I prefer this one to appear on the top, so because I will get a lot of space. Okay, so we have something known as the open window list. Open window list, so it is a great tools. For instance, you want to go to my company, which I opened before, again to the home. If you open chart of accounts for instance, so again you want to go home, okay, not the home but here with the QuickBooks home. Again you want to go to which part, the chart of account, so you can go there basically. again home. So it is also for the purpose of the navigation. So it is a great tools. Okay, you will need it a lot when you are playing around with this QuickBooks software. So basically, when you enter into the home page of the QuickBooks, we have different sections. So it is the vendor section. Okay, it is the customer section. We have employees section. We have companies section. We have banking section. So it is your accounts payable. So this section is referred to as the accounts payable. This section is referred to as the accounts receivable. So these are the customers. This is the company. This is the banking. Okay, so I'm going to put up your syllabus here, guys. So let's check the syllabus. What do we have next? So here we have in QuickBook part, we have we talked about this environment of the QuickBook. The company data file is not part of your syllabus. Okay, we did it extra. So let's talk about this chart of account. So here, so what is chart of account? The second step for creating an accounting system is creating this chart of account. It means you should have different accounts within your company. So the chart of account is the list of the complete accounts and their balances, corresponding balances of your company. For instance, you have some bank accounts, you have some expense accounts, you have some income accounts. So all the accounts in their corresponding balances are in a place in QuickBooks. So we call it as the chart of account. So let's set up some accounts. So here we talk about the chart of accounts, and we are going to add some accounts. So let's do this one. So for creating the account, so you have in company section, you have the chart of accounts. You can access it from here. You can access it from the accounting center. We have the chart of accounts here. We have from the list, I think we have the chart of accounts. So here in the list, we also have the chart of accounts. Okay, in the company section, we also have this chart of accounts. So there is also the chart of accounts. So from different locations, you can access this chart of account. So I prefer this method because it is the shortcut. Okay, so click upon the chart of account. So these are some predefined accounts which the QuickBook made it automatically for me. So you might use one of these. Okay, I'm going to create a new account. If you don't need an account, you simply delete it. Okay, so you can we have the edit, we have the delete one. اگر شما یک اکانت داخل یک ترانزکشن استفاده میکنید باز او را دیلیت کرده شما نمیتونید. So for this reason you have to edit it. وقتی که را edit کردید باز او را چی میکنید شما؟ inactive میکنید شما. درست است؟ حتی اگر در یک ترانزکشن هم از شما استفاده کرده باشید باز او را شما دیلیت کرده نمیتونید. باز به خاطر اینکه در لیست بر شما شو نشه باز چی میکنید؟ اکانت inactive میکنید شما. So I'm going to add some bank accounts for this reason. So click upon the account. So we have the new. So I'm going to create some bank accounts, for instance. Okay. So I choose the bank account here. You can create some income accounts, some expense accounts, some bank accounts, some accounts for your fixed assets, for the loans. Okay. So different basically. So for this reason, so the bank account. So you have different accounts like PT cash, like checking account, like saving account, like money market, okay, like Bitcoin and these sort of things. You can set it up from here. So I click upon the continue. So what is the name of the account that you want to make? I say it is Azizi Bank, for instance. Okay, Azizi Bank. Is it the sub account of something? I say yes, I want to create a sub account. So here I am going to add. So you will see about this. I am going to create a category like the bank. Okay, I am not going to put anything here. So I simply it is, I say that it is a sub account of the bank. Okay, so put a description here. It is totally optional. Okay, but I say it is a dollar account, dollars account. So the bank account number, so it is optional, but you can put it. Okay, so the bank account will not be used in any case inside the QuickBook, but you can put it your bank account here. The routing number is used for electronic fund transfer. So if you want to transfer some funds electronically, so you might use this routing number, but we are not going to use this one. Okay, but anyway you can put some numbers. For instance, it is my routing number. So enter opening balance. So put it, it is approximately 9 digits, I think. So they have the format, so based upon the format you can put it. For instance, if I put 1 2 for instance, it will not accept it. It will say please enter a valid 9-digit routing number. Okay, is approximately 9 digits. Okay, based on that you can input it. So the opening balance شما ببینید از بانک شما بر شما یک استیتمنت بده. اون استیتمنت باز مقدارش شما در کجا، تاریخش و مقدارش در اینجا پورت میکنه. شما مثلا داخل عزیزی بانک شما ست اپ کردید $100,000 است. چقدر دارید؟ $100,000. So you select the date from your bank statement. For instance, it is from 2nd of September or whatever I say, the August, for instance, 1st of August. It is the date of the bank statement and also the amount which is mentioned in your bank statement. So I click upon the OK. So I click upon save and close. Do you want to set up online banking? I say no, I don't need this one. Okay, so ببینید یک category را جور کردیم به نام bank. So this Azizi bank is basically sub account of this bank. So we have this amount of money, $100,000 within this account. So we also have opening balance equity $100,000. شما ببینید the bank هم چقدر داریم؟ $100,000. So it is a way of tracking all those funds. Because so let's create another one. If you want to delete some account, so you can basically delete it from here. If it is used in a transaction, you have to edit it and you have to make it inactive. So I'm going to create another bank. So we have I click upon the new another bank account. So I click upon the continue. So what is the PT cash, guys? Any clue? PT cash, for your daily expenses you have you set up an account, so we call it as the PT cash. Okay, so I'm going to create it. So put a description, put an ending balance. Okay, so what is your opening balance? For instance, I said $10,000. So choose the date. We have 1st September. Okay, so I click upon the OK. So put all these information, they are totally optional here. So I click upon the save and close. شما ببینید the category bank نام است. حالی را چه میکنم؟ edit میکنم. So I'm going to edit this one. So I click upon the edit the account. So I make it the sub account of the bank. So here simply you choose the bank here. حالی ببینید در کجا آمد؟ sub account bank آمد. حالی چقدر داریم؟ the bank $110,000. So we have 10,000 here in PT cash. We have $100,000 in Azizi Bank. So we have total this amount. So there is another total, which is the opening balance equity. So any question regarding the accounts? So all the accounts of your organization, all the accounts of your company and their corresponding balances are mentioned in the chart of account. All the accounts and their corresponding balances are mentioned in the chart of account of your company. So it was the second step. The first step was create a company data file. The second step was creating chart of accounts. So thank you guys. After the break we shall continue.